0 Days by Ruth Ware is a thriller novel. It is about Jacinda Cross, also known as Jack. Jack has a very unique job in which she breaks into places by request. So she's a sort of security consultant, kind of very similar to the Stallone's job in Escape Plan, where in that one he basically has to escape from prisons to show wardens and government bodies about their weaknesses and how to fix those vulnerabilities, basically. So Jack makes a lot of money doing this with her husband Gabe. He's like the man behind the computer screen, giving her advice and guidance through an earpiece. And she basically, her living is to break into places and see if she can sort of hack into them or find weaknesses that she can exploit. And then eventually she'll get caught by the police and awkwardly let go when it's revealed that she was hired by the company. However, after one job, something goes terribly wrong, and Jack finds herself on the run from the police. And so this can be described as a little bit like The Fugitive, but I really liked how simple the concept was. It was the difference between like an action book and a thriller book is that a thriller story is a civilian in an in over their head situation, while an action story is usually like an ex-soldier and they can fight their way out and they can like beat up people and escape car chases and shootouts. Our main character is the exact opposite of that. Jack is basically just a civilian. She's got some basic like cat burglar skills. However, she's on the run from the police after a job gone wrong, and she basically spends the entire book basically semi-homeless and on the run and trying to like evade the police. And she's got like her allies, she's got her sister, and there's different people trying to clear her name. However, it's just a really interesting sort of adventure story of her just basically living on the fringes of society. And basically, there's some great commentary in there about her like slowly looking shabbier and dirtier and then being treated like a homeless person or some sort of like transient and being like reviled as she goes on the run. And it was really interesting. What I really liked is that this book is a thrill ride. There's just so many tense moments, small things. Sometimes they're very innocuous, but they just give you that gut-wrenching sort of like, oh no, what's going on kind of. And it happened to me like 5 or 6 times in the second half of this book. I really enjoyed that. And breakneck pace, kept going. Characterization's fine, resolution's okay, but it got the job done. It's a very crackling thriller. It definitely kept my attention. Very simple, different from her other works. There's no I'm a housewife and my husband might be a killer. No, this is a completely different plot line. I'm glad that the author is going for a different sort of story. This is not the domesticated wife trying to solve a murder or anything like that. This is something completely different, and I like that. So I give 0 Days a 3.5 out of 5.